Good morning, everyone.
Good
Hello.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning. Yeah. So all are joined. Like, we just can we start now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, so is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in the previous lecture, I have just given you the like brief overview of those libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and Pyplotlib. So I just given you as an homework for the rest part of the module 2. So I assume that you all people have already gone through that, and assuming that I am just starting your data analytics part, which is a random variable, and your cumulative functions, and PDF, CDF, and CMF. Okay, so here first is the random variable. Okay, random variable is a variable whose value is unknown or a function that assigns value to each of an experiment's outcomes. Okay, it simply means that a random variable is a set of possible outcomes of an experiment. This is the main thing, as you all have read in our data analytics class. And the random variables are of two types. Okay, the random variable belongs to the set of values. It is known as a discrete random variable. For example, a random experiment of tossing a coin results in either head or tails. Okay, so only two outcomes will be there, which is accountable, either heads or tails. So it is a discrete random variable. Whereas in a continuous random variable, a random variable experiments of finding the average height of people in a particular area. Okay, so if we'll go to a particular area and we want to find the heights of the people which live in those areas, so we'll get a different like maybe in a range, but many like uncountable or infinite number of peoples can be there in those range, right? So that is why it's called as a continuous random variable. Okay. So in Python, we generally used to find random numbers using a random library. So we just import seed function from the random library. Okay. So here I have just yeah, I just imported the from random import seed. I just have imported the seed function and random function from random. Okay. So here I have just given the one in seed, which will generate the values, and I just want to print all these random values for seed 1. So after running this cell, I got this
Can you please
numbers.
elaborate like what seed function is doing?
Seed function is inbuilt function within the random library. So the here which like argument which it has taken, which is a 1. Okay, so by default it takes a default as a your system time, but here I have just given the 1, so it will start it will produce at a time one random variable. Okay, so here a print function like a print command print function I have given. So a random 1, 2, and 3. So it has produced three random variables like a 0.134. Okay. Then second one is like this, and third one is like this. Okay. So These are the three random variables which have produced in the first print command.
Excuse
And
me,
I
ma'am.
just, yeah.
Ma'am, in line 3, what does from random import random mean?
Random is a library, first thing. And secondly, I am just importing a random function from random.
Acha, so those two randoms are different.
Yeah.
Can't we can't we import the direct the random library?
Yeah, you can import directly random library, like using the import random function. Like, I'll just show you. As I have like in previous lectures, I have already explained you like how two types of import you can do, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
But I didn't
from
get the difference. Like, shall not be import the random the full random library, so that there would be no other.
you can import whole. Here also I'm importing the whole library, but particularly I'm importing random has a like very large library. Okay, so you have to know like which function you are going to use. So if I just import random, so at the time of like calling this function, I have to write random dot whatever function you are calling. Okay. So
Okay, ma'am.
to make it easy, I have just imported import a random from a random library like this, so that I could use directly like a random function, random function, random function. I had to use directly. Here also I have to use seed function directly. Otherwise, I'll
So
need
So,
here
to
we have to
write.
write like random dot seed.
Yeah. Otherwise, I need to write random dot seed like random dot random function. If I'll import only library, like import random only,
Okay,
then
ma'am.
okay.
ma'am, so the seed function imports a random variable and the random function imports the random values. Am I correct?
Okay, and it doesn't import. Okay, it generates the values. Random function generates the value, and random function is inbuilt function in a random library. Okay,
Ma'am,
Okay, sorry. I meant
ma'am,
to say it
can you
generates
do
random
seed
value.
two so that we could see the change? Like seed two, can you do that?
what?
Ma'am, seed input two. Yes.
Here, random values are like different.
So, ma'am, I'm not able to get like what does the seed is doing.
Seed is kind of inbuilt function, and it just gives a command like whenever random function generates some values, right? So random function it generally gives a probability, or it will always be less than one. Okay, so seed is like giving you. If you'll not give it, it will also work. Okay, in this case, it's taking a by default to some time, but I have just given you for it doesn't makes so much change. But yeah, either you can give or not give, the things will same. Generation of the values will be different, and each time as you'll run the command, every time it generates a different number. Seed is like one, as I have given one. Okay, so whenever I'll run this cell, it will produce the same numbers, same random numbers. Okay, if I'll give
Okay,
2,
if we not give that, then it will keep on changing, no?
if I'll give 2, it will change for 2 times.
Like
So the
if we
seed,
don't give any number, it will change, na, every time.
yeah, every time it will change, every time it will
Okay,
change.
okay.
So it's like a fixing the random occurrence of that random number. Okay, so I have just given a 1. So the first time whenever I run this cell, all the time whenever I feel I need to run it, the values will be same.
So, ma'am, it is like how probability we have random variables under which we assign probabilities. Seed likes works like the same. Means for seed one we have three random values. Seed two there are three random other values.
like seed 1 will fix the value of random function 1. Okay, like every time whenever I run this cell, it will generate the same value. Change this value of seed to for that time, like if I change it to 2. Okay, so first time it will give it different, second time it will give it to different. So that 2 number will be fixed for every running, for the every time you will run the cell.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. The next thing is probability density function. I assume all people know about your probability density functions. Okay. So I'll just explain the code part, and I assume theoretical part you people are knowing, as sir has already taught in a class. Okay. So probability density function of a random variable is a plot between the random variable and the frequency of that random variable. It gives the probability distribution of the random variable. Okay. For a random variable, given the distribution type, mean and variance, we can draw a PDF. Here we are able to construct a PDF without the help of points. Let us understand how PDF changes
Ma'am,
with
your
Ma'am, your
mean
screen
and
sharing
screen
stopped.
sharing
variance.
is off.
Ma'am, your screen sharing stopped.
My screen sharing is stopped. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah. First, I have just imported the scipy.stats. It's a library, already inbuilt library in a Python. I just imported the normal function, NORM, normal function. So here I'm just willing to draw PDF of the normal function. So a normal is for normal distribution, and the matplotlib import pyplot. Okay. In a previous lecture, I have just given matplotlib and the end of the module 2. So I assume you all people have gone through it. So import pyplot. Okay, pyplot is a function from matplotlib. Then here I have just given the mean as 50, variance as 5, and I just created the distribution. So for creation of distribution, I just given the normal, as I have imported the function here, NORM, same, and I just given the mean and variance. Okay, you may be you're knowing that normal function we used to represent like n, mu, and sigma square. Okay, so that's the form. Here I just created the distribution. Okay, after that I just given a value. I just want to plot PDF. Okay, so value in range 30 to 70. I just want to plot value, which is an x-axis, in a range of a 30 to 70. Okay, so I just given the range as a 30 to 70. Then probabilities will be calculated from distribution dot pdf values. Okay, we'll create a probability for all the values which are in a range 30 to 70. Okay, so all these probability values will be stored in probabilities variable, and then I just want to plot using a pyplot.plot function. So I just given the values, probabilities, and label as PDF. Okay. Okay. First I'll run, and then this, and then this. Okay. So after giving this whole values like a mean and variance and plotting the normal distribution, your graph will be like this in a bell curve shaped. Okay, and here your x values are in a range of 30 to 70, and your y values are probabilities which you have calculated here. Okay, so your y axis will be that, and this is the plot of your probability distribution function. This is the one example. Okay, here I have just written the second example. Here also I just imported the normal function, and then from numpy np, and then matplot pyplot as plt, and here I just have given the xx 1.0 location 0 and scale 1. Okay, here it's normally generating the PDF function, normal PDF function. Okay, like this is the your normal PDF function 0.241970. As I have just directly given the x location and scale. Here location is your mean and scale is your variance. Okay. Uh, okay. Here figure what?
Ma'am, have you used LaTeX in that title part of AX set title, that is LaTeX?
This you're saying?
No, ma'am, no, set title name.
Title name I didn't get you. Like which one?
Ma'am, the cell we are working on this one, in that third line. And below it, the cell below it.
Import matplotlib.pyplot you're saying?
No, ma'am, no, ma'am, next cell.
Normal.pdf you're saying?
Ma'am,
No,
it's
AX, in the AX dot set title, in that you have used LaTeX, that part.
Oh, this one you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
No. Actually, these are the libraries which already have in a plot PLT.
Okay.
In a PLT function, already inbuilt function, yeah. Here I have just assigned a plot.subplots as function to x and figure. Okay. So these are the function of plot, matplotlib.pyplots. Okay. These are the library. This is the library, and I'm just importing the plot function from that. And again, I'm assigning a plot.subplots function to figure and ax. Okay. So whenever I'll use figure or ax, it will call plot.subplot function. Okay. Instead of writing a ax, I can write a plot.subplot.setTitle. So it's a part of a plot function. Got my point? Next thing is x is equal to np.arrange. Okay, arrange. So first I have given the -4 to 4, which is a range of your x-axis, and then 0.001. Okay, so this is the random value which I have given to the np arrange to produce the your y-axis values. Okay, and then set title. Set title is your this thing. Set title will at the top of your plot. It will write your here in this plot. In the above of this plot, you can see like n01 square. Okay, n01 square on top of this plot you may see. Okay, and x label is writing the label name at x-axis, and y label is writing your command like your whatever label you want to give, like fx I had just given here, so fx and your y-axis, and ax dot plot x and normal dot pdf function. It's just giving you I'm just giving the normal function with respect to x values. So it's just plot and just given the y limit as 0 to 0.45. Okay. So accordingly it will plot your graph here, and it using the plot dot show, I'm just showing you this plot. Okay. So this is the one type you can directly give the mean and variance to your like in your code. like as you want to give 50s 5 or whatever values, directly giving those variable, you can just put it down here. But here I just have given to the directly function, I just written the mean and variance. Like here location is a mean and scale is a variance. Okay, so in a normal distribution, what it says, at the center of this bell curved plot, the center is your mean, and the distance from your mean is called your like minimum variation from your mean is called your variation. So here I just written the scale instead of like giving the values as a mean and variable. Okay. A normal curve is a smooth bell shaped. It is symmetrical about the x is equals to mu and has a maximum point at x is equals to mu. As it is a normal distribution function, so maximum value it will give at mu. It means at the mean point, which is a 0. Okay, so maximum value for this curve will be at mu is equals to 0. Then normal distribution PDF with a different standard deviation. Okay, so here I just have given the fixed, or I can say the one standard deviation with respect to your one mean. Okay, so here just different standard deviation. I'm just giving the different standard deviation for the normal distribution. Okay, let's plot the probability distribution function of a normal distribution where the mean has a different standard deviation. Okay, scipy.normal.pdf norm.pdf has a keywords like a location and scale, as I just explained you. The location LOC keyword specifies the mean, and the scale keyword specifies the standard deviation. Okay, so here again I just given the lines same as a plot.plt subplots, and for value of x I just given the np and line space minus 10 to 10 with 100. Okay, minus 10 to 10, here you can see minus x values are varying from minus 10 to 10 with a gap of like 100 points, or yeah. So then standard deviation, I just given the variable as STDVS, standard deviations, where 5 standard deviation I had just given here, like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Okay. For S in standard deviation, like for all these values of standard deviation, I just given the loop as S in standard deviation, and it's just plotting the AX dot plot will plot all those standard deviation with respect to your specific mean. Okay, so normal dot PDF X scale is equals to S. Okay, yeah. So x will plot all these values with the standard deviation, whatever the for loop will call, like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, or 4.0, and label as standard deviation percent dot 1 f. Okay, so it will be label, and like yeah, and it will plot your probability distribution function. Then again, I just given the label of
Ma'am,
x
I
is
didn't get the
AX.
label one. Label equal to that standard V.
Here in this plot, at the end of, like at the top right side, you may have seen like a standard deviation is equals to 1.0, a standard deviation 2.0, standard deviation 3.0. So label is that in the plot you have, I have just given this label like STD, standard deviation, and whatever S I have just I'm just like for loop I'm just whatever standard deviation I'm getting. Like for the first time I'm just getting a 1.0. So standard deviation for the first loop will print as standard deviation is equals to 1.0. For the second time we print standard deviation is equals to 2.0. This is like at the here in the top right you have seen like blue, orange, green, red. This is the label at the plot only. Okay, in a plot.
Ma'am, I didn't get the syntax that percentage LF then percentage S.
Okay, okay. Uh, this is the float value, okay? And point one is how much decimal you are giving, how much decimal point you are giving. Okay, point one. And percent is like in Python, whenever I used to here percent S will give its value to here this standard deviation percentage. Okay, so percent
Okay.
S is this variable from a standard deviation. Okay, and it will give standard deviation values, which will print up to one decimal point as in float.
Ma'am, why cannot we directly write standard deviation equal to S? It is possible in Python, no?
You may try, but I don't think so. For every time, like directly writing, but it will give in a very long decimal form. Okay, in a float values are what? Its decimal points are, I guess, up to 6 point. I guess its decimal value will print by default. So it will print like 1.0.0.0.0 kind of. So I just have restricted it to the zero point 0.1 decimal values as in float.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, what is the input you have provided to norm.pdf function?
Norm.pdf function.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is the values of, yeah, this is the values of x here, like numpy library I just used, and line space giving a minus 10 to 10. This is the range, okay, range values for x values. So these are the outcome you may get, and within that 100, 10 to 10, okay, minus 10 to 10, and it has given the spacing, I guess, 100. Yeah. So this is the line space, which is 100, and then standard deviation is a different. And I have just given both x and standard deviation to normal.pdf. So it will plot your values which are in x range, which are main outcomes of your experiment, right? With a standard deviation of x, with a standard deviation of like different values I just have given like 1.0, 2.0. So according to your standard deviation, it will plot your values in this graph. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, percent point LF function is similar to what we use in C language to print the values.
Just come again.
Ma'am, percent point LF, what have you written?
1f. It's 1f.
Yes, 1F. Yes, 1F.
Yeah.
So this is similar to what we write in C language. It's like
Yeah,
for
it's kind
printing
of
the
similar.
value now.
Yeah, just like taking the value from S. This.
Okay.
Yeah. Getting the value from S and writing it at percentage here in percentage, and dot one point one is your decimal values, like up to what decimal value to print. So I just want to up to one decimal value like point zero point zero. Okay, and it's a float, so I just specified F. Okay, more you. I just written one or two example because in a class time only one or two will be possible. People can try more or more. Like you may get like whatever you feel, so you can just try and run it on your system. Then only you people can understand and learn the things. After the module 3, you all are going to get module 4 and 5, where I'll just throw directly questions. I will not take any more like classes after this. So better you may understand here. And after that, I will just give you the direct Python, like your data analytics questions, and you have to implement in a Python. Okay. So the second example is clear. Okay, let's move forward.
Yes, ma'am.
Here I just given you example with a different standard deviation. Okay, so the next is for different means. Okay, so here I just given where the standard deviation is 1 and different means. Okay, so as in a previous example, we're just giving and AX values and lines. This is the same code which I have given above. And instead of writing the standard deviation, which I have just written above the 4 different standard deviation, here I'm giving 4 different means. Okay, so okay. So mean in means, I'm just giving the AX plot function as X for all the values which are in a range of X. Okay, draw the normal PDF with the X and location is equals to mean. Okay, mean is different here, so we have to give like X and location is equals to mean, and then I just given the label here which will which will get the values from mean variable as I have just given in a list values. Then same as in a previous example, I just set the X label, then Y labels, then given the title of the normal distributions, and then AX dot legend, that location is equals to best, and frame on is equals to true. Okay, uh, and the limitation is for Y. I just given the limit as 0.00 to 0.45. Okay, and AX dot grid, so it's in a grid form, so I just like written the grid values.
Ma'am, what
So
is the use of
this
fig function which we declare in the starting?
which function?
Not sorry, fig variable, fig. We are not using it anywhere.
Yeah, like yeah, I just not using it anywhere, so it will not. Yeah, it's dummy variable here, but yeah, you can remove it also. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Mm. So in both the examples, you may see the different curves. For standard deviation, as mean is here, the mean is constant here. So the center of all these curves are same. But in the second one, standard deviation is fixed. Okay, but your mean, like your center point, is different. So this plot will be very different from the previous one. Okay, so these are the two types of variation in means and variation in standard deviation for giving different standard deviation and different means. And then is a cumulative distribution function. Okay, CDF is the probability that a random variable x will take a value less than or equal to x. Um, Capital X generally use small x used to represent your values. Okay, for those events. So small x is like small x is representing that, and CDF always lies between 0 to 1. Okay, so here I just from previous cells I had just imported the whatever libraries I need to write here. Okay, so like distribution function, it's a this is the function I just imported from normal variable library, which in a boss cell I have just imported. Okay, so no need to import it again. Here from scipy.states and pyplot, all these anywhere by directly calling their variable names. Okay, so distribution.cdf values. Okay, so here I'm just using this distribution function, which in a previous cell I had just given you the example. So distribution values for value in values. Okay, uh, okay. So here value, I just here in above cell I have given values in a range of 30 to 70. Here in this example, okay, value I just given from 30 to 70, okay, and distance also here in this example I just written distance.pdf values for value and values, okay. So this I was calculating PDF. Similarly, I just want to calculate for CDF. Okay. So here for CDF, CDF probability. So I just calculated distribution.cdf function, CDF values for value in values. Okay. Then CDF function will calculate all your distribution function for all those values, okay, in a range of 30 to 70, and just using a pyplot.plot function, I just plotted your values, okay. So C probability here values I'm giving, which is a range of your x, C probabilities which will be your calculated CDF functions, and label is your CDF function, okay. So and these are the two functions which will plot your graph here, okay. It's the same similar like your PDF distance.pdf function. Here I just use a .cdf function. All these PDF and CDF functions are inbuilt like your function in the scipy.stat library, okay. So you just how to use those functions to calculate your specific values or whatever function you want to calculate, okay. So basic crux is you have to understand how to import, how to give the values, and how to plot your things, because theoretically you all know how to calculate and what are the values, how it comes, all these things. Just it's a like very abstract thing, you just need to know. Then the second example for CDF is here. For here I just written the again. So I just imported the normal function from scipy.stats. It's a library, and then less than is equal to normal.cdf function. So here I'm calculating the CDF function for location, which is a mean is equals to 3, and the scale is standard deviation for 2. Okay, for standard deviation 2. Okay, for your understanding purpose. And scale is your standard deviation.
Ma'am,
What?
ma'am, every time this LOC and scale gives the value of mean and standard deviation in this norm function, in the norm library, norm.cdf function.
Yeah.
And ma'am, that x, what is meant by that x is equals to 2?
Okay, so x is equals to 2. Okay. Have 1 minute, okay? I'm just explaining you. Okay, so here in x value, it's giving the range of your x-axis. Okay, so after that, it just calculated your using this your location, which is a mean as 3, and scale, which is a standard deviation as 2. So normal.cdf function will calculate by giving the range of your x-axis and by giving your mean value and by giving your standard deviation. Okay, so it will directly calculate your normal function. Okay, so here I just have printed the value of less than 2, which is your normal function values. Okay, then again here as pig and ax are subplots. Okay, and x is again I just given x as different range. Okay, -4 to 10 and 0.001 with a difference of scalar 0.001 and range is from starting from -4 to 10. Okay. Here in a example you can see here -4 to 10. Okay, and again after that just given the limit of y as 0 to 0.25, 0 to 0.25 in a y axis. Okay, and again x fill between px which is a range of the probability of x px and then normal dot pdf for px location 3 scale. This will calculate your pdf function, and then alpha I have given 0.5 and color is equals to g. Okay, which is a green. I have specified here the color, so color I have given g, and alpha is the value of your like type 1 error, you can say 0.5%. Okay, uh, and then ax dot text. So here font size I just given specified the like text things like 0.5 to 0.21 uh, and round less than 2 or 2 and then font size 20. So this is the specification for your text values which I have written in this graph or plot. Okay, and then again plot dot show function. Here the 0.31 was calculated and written about your graph, right? So for that text I have given the range is from minus 0.5 to 0.02 and round of value less than 2 or 2 and font size is 20. Okay, so here it has plotted this your graph. So this was for your CDF, and then again PMF probability mass function. So probability mass function, I'm giving just a very brief explanation. List the items. Okay, Dice experiment illustrating discrete random variable and probability mass function. Okay, times everything is written. Example number 1. It's a question. Let's roll a die an infinite number of times and look at the proportion of 1, the proportion of 2, and so on. Okay. So call x the random variable that corresponds to the outcomes of the dice roll. Thus, the random variable x can only take the following discrete values, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. It is thus a discrete random variable. Okay, it is giving the finite number of values of a die, which is ranged from 1 to 6. Okay, the aim of the probability mass function is to describe the probability of each possible value. In our example, it describes the probability to get to get a 1, the probability to get a 2, and so on. So, in the case of a dice rolling experiment, we have the same probability to get each value. If we assume that the die is perfect, this means that we can write probability x is equals to 1, probability x is equals to 2. So, all the probabilities ranging from values 1 to 6 are same. Okay. Now, how can we calculate the probabilities of probability of x1, 2, and so on? Okay. Since we have 6 possible outcomes, and that they are equiprobable we have. So all these are 1 by 6, like probability of 1, probability 2, all these are 1 by 6. It's by mistake written as a 116, which is a 1 by 6. Okay. And by the way, the distribution shows the same probability of each value. It is called a uniform distribution. Okay, as all the values have a same amount of probabilities, like ranging from 1 to 3. All are probability of occurring 1 is 1 by 6, 2 is 1 by 6. So occurring of all these values are 1 by 6. So here I'm just producing the example using the code. So number of throws, like 10,000 time I have just given as number of throws. So outcomes are like np dot zeros num dot throws. It will put all these values, like suppose I'm throwing it for the 1,000 time. So for the 1,000 time, for its outcomes, all these values as 000. Okay. Then for I in range of number dot throws, for all the 1,000 time, let's roll the die. Okay. So outcome will be from np.random.choice. Randomly it will generate like from 1 to 6. So I have just given the random.choice function. Okay. Select one amongst these 1 to 6 values. Okay. Then I outcome of particular which I have given initially all these outcomes values as 0 will replace the 0 with its outcome. Like for the 1 it will write 1, for 2 it will write 2, for 3 it will write 3, kind of things. Okay. After that, value and count, val and cnt, these two variables I have initiated with the np.unique, unique outcomes, and return counts as true. So it will return the outcomes value with the return whatever counts it has written in that list. Okay, in the 1,000 values. So it will return that. So first in the first val it will return the value, and cnt will store its counting, like how many occurrence that particular variable has. Okay. After that it will it's calculating its probable proportion, like count after length of outcomes. Okay. Now that our die for 1,000 times, let's plot the results. So for plotting the result, I have just given the like bar plot. I am just here drawing the, so giving the value, and then here prop variable. Okay, using both these values, it will plot your PMF function. And y label I just given probability, x label outcome, and the show function and close function. Okay, plot dot. This was the one example of your PMF. One more example is there. So this example I'm giving you as your homework. I'll share this, like yeah. After the class, I'll share to you this module 3, and I request all of you to go through it, because like based on this module 1 and 3 only, you people will get module 4 and 5 with some questions as in your assignment, and you have to submit within a week, or whatever time will be decided by sir and other members. So just go through it and practice more, and make a deep understanding of your statistics, so that it will be easy to plot the graphs and like draw the values. Okay. So that's it for today's session. Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
thank you very much, Khushbu, for explaining in such a nice way the basic of Python as well as the Python implementation in case of data analytics subjects here. So now, as the Khushbu has already told you all here, from this week onwards here, you will get the assignment every week here. And suppose it is Tuesday, you will get the assignments here. So for next Tuesday, so by Monday, you have to submit the solution for that assignment here. Okay. And simultaneously, after 2 assignments, you will get the course project here for you all. Some problem statement, few problem statement will be shared here, and you can formulate your group here. You can formulate by 2 persons, 3 persons, or maximum 4 persons. could formulate a group here where one group will be working on a one problem. Out of the few 3-4 problems here, you could select the one problem. And in a group, you could work here, so you will get the time of 2 to 3 weeks here to submit that course project. That will be your final evaluation. This course here. Okay.
Ma'am,
Any question?
can you mail us the module, ma'am, please?
Yeah, just mailing
The
all of
module
you.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I'm
ma'am.
just mailing it.
Why you are asking this? You already will post. So this is okay. Thank you. If anything you have, Khushbu, you get to them here.
No, sir, that's it for today's session. I'll just post it. Right now, I'm just posting you people, so you'll get these things. And the last example, just practice it.
Ma'am, where can we practice more questions like these?
I have a handbooks. If you will to go through it, I can share with you, or in a group, so that it will be
Ma'am,
easy
please share the
to.
handbook. It would be helpful.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, please
Okay.
share the handbook.
Okay. So based on the Python, all the codings will be there. So just go through it. You will get more intuition and more things about your analytics portion. Okay. Okay, I'll share it. Okay. Thanks, everyone.